And it's time for another matchup in the first round of the Big Lager Championship. Let's have a look at the table. So here's the table, and if you remember, on the last one, we had the Steinhauser Lager losing to the Peroni, which was interesting. That sets the Peroni up against the Rossini in the next round, so we're going to have Peroni versus Fake Peroni, following on from when we had Fake Peroni versus Fake Peroni, which is very, very interesting. Well, it is to me. This time, we've got these two beers. We have got a big, big bottle of Birra Moretti versus a small, small can of the Champigneulles. Champigneulles? No, Champigneulles, I don't know how you pronounce it. Birra Moretti, it's Birra Moretti, let's face it. I got this big bottle because that's generally what it's available in. I said I'd get single bottles if I can. And then what do I hear you cry? You can get this in big bottles, you can, yeah. But I went today to Asda to get some, and they didn't have any bottles. I wanted to do this today, so I got the cans because I didn't want to go to another Asda and look for bottles, and I didn't want to wait for another day when they had it in bottles. So there you go. So a little can of Champigneulles, Beer Special, Continental Lager. It's 5.5% ABV, this, so quite possibly the strongest of all the lagers. But it was 4 cans for less than £4, so it's not particularly dear beer, so it's allowed in. This one, Birra Moretti, is 4.6, I think. Yeah, 4.6% ABV. We all know Birra Moretti. We all know what it's all about. What am I talking about? I've no idea. Stop waffling. Okay, let's get these poured out into glasses and get the taste test underway. Okay, beer's poured. And what can I say? They both poured with decent heads. This one has dissipated a lot more quickly than this one. Although they are both dissipating quite quickly. I don't know if that means anything. Let's just tell you which one's which first. Okay, so this is which one is which. Okay, that's which one's which. So now, I don't know, I'm looking around. Let's have a look at the colours first of all. So yeah, this is still retaining a bit of its head. It is. It's quite a bit of life in that. It just, the head is dissipating quite quickly there. Hopefully nothing to do with the glass. I'm sick of having a glass that seems to have a head retention problem, but that seems to be holding its own quite well, that I would say. So anyway, and this one is holding its own incredibly well. So let's have a see. More bubbles coming from that one and that one. Let's have a look at the colours. Clank them together while we're at it. They're both the same colour, really. They're both a light. Yeah, that one's. Oh, this one's a little bit more ambery in the colour. That one's possibly a little bit lighter. They are. Yeah, but they both look kind of a pale straw colour with just a dash of amber in them. Okay, let's get the nose. So here we go, a little bit of a nose on this one first of all. So it's like the way the head just slides down the glass there. It's nice. Let's get a bit of a nose on this. So a bit of malt in it. A bit of malt in the nose there. Quite syrupy. A little bit of grassiness. I'm not getting much like fruity character in there. Just malt, a little bit of wafers. Possibly a kind of like a dash of almost orange in there as well. But it does smell quite malty, that one, I must say. Let's get a nose on this one now. Here we go. Well, that's different. That's a lot sweeter in the nose. Sweeter, still got malt there, but it's more of a biscuity kind of shortbread in the smell. Very strong shortbread in the smell, actually, which is interesting. A little something possibly a little bit dirty in the nose. That one's got a slightly cleaner nose, but dirty in the nose, not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, this one's a bit more fresh and a bit more floral, a bit more fragrant, a bit more what I expect from a good lager in the nose. This one here is a little bit dirty, but again, that's not always a bad thing. Quite sweet, quite syrupy, quite a lot of syrup smells in there. Again, not necessarily a bad thing. It all depends on how it translates to the flavour. Is there some bitterness to balance it out? And something that's a little bit, almost like, I don't know, really. Like just sugary sweetness. There's a lot of sugar. I think there's quite a bit of sugary sweetness in there. Confectionery, that kind of smell. Interesting. Okay, let's start tasting these things. Yeah. Oh, great. Going in for this one first. Cheers. Nice bit of bitterness. Nice aftertaste. Quite smooth in the mouthfeel, not too carbonated. Let's try again. A bit of that malt, a little bit of that orangey flavour coming in there. It's fairly pleasant. Unoffensive, it's got some flavour, got a nice bit of bitterness, decent beer, nothing wrong with it. Be very interesting to see what this one tastes like. Cheers. So this one is more bitter. Interesting. I think I know which is which, and I don't want to think which is which really, because I want to be objective about this. It's if you like the bitterness, this has got more bitterness. Not the most pleasant bitterness I've ever encountered. I won't lie. It's a little bit, whatever, that's the word I'd use to describe the bitterness. It's a little bit harsh, but not in a good way. Not that kind of crisp bitterness that you can get with some good pilsners. It's just got a little bit of a harshness to it, which I'm not 100% a fan of yet, or not quite warming to yet. I'm not going to judge just yet. It's a bit overwhelming, the bitterness as well. I'm not getting a huge amount of other flavours coming through. There's a little bit of an aftertaste there. It's pleasant. It's not. It's not bad. It's not a bad beer. It's nice and smooth. Got a decent nose to it. It's not bad. That bitterness is not as unpleasant as it was before. It's growing on me a bit. But again, I'd say it's not like a crisp, refreshing bitterness. It's more of a slightly sour bitterness. I don't know what I'm talking about, but hopefully some people out there will understand what I'm on about. Interesting though. It's not like anything I've tried before, really. I don't think, unless I have tried this one before. Have another swirl. Got a bit of an aftertaste then. A little bit of biscuit. This one a little bit generic in the flavour, but it's got a nice bitter bite. Quite dry. Nice aftertaste. A little bit of that malt in the middle. They're both nice. Neither of them are amazing, by any means. I have had much better in this championship than both of these, but it's about deciding which of these two is better. Now this one's quite unassuming. It's just pretty standard lager. It's got a decent amount of flavour, a decent level of bitterness. this is pretty much, I think, what I would describe as just a standard, decent lager. I'm drinking it. I'm getting a nice little biscuitiness. I'm expecting kind of like a Kronbacher Pils kind of thing. It's nowhere near as good as Kronbacher Pils. It's not as it's not as good as that. It's, I don't know. It's pleasant. It's pleasant enough. It's okay. It's decent. This one is also decent. Getting a bit more of that flavour coming through on this one now. The flavour I'm getting here as well is similar to the kind of flavours I was getting from the Birra Deluxe, but not without like the banana. But stronger, almost like it's a higher ABV. Again, it's going to come down to personal taste. This really, I think. They're both pretty nice. To be fair, they are both pretty nice. I mean, I'm running out of this one, but it's like I'm almost using this one to cleanse my palate a bit after this one. This one's a little bit. It's a bit full on, but not in a good way. Like Dab. I hate to keep going back to Dab. Dab's full on in a good way. This is full on in not quite so good way. It's probably got a little bit more flavour to it. Not much in the way of an aftertaste. That bitterness still put me off a bit. It's a shame. I'd say 2 decent lagers, one of them's got to go through. That one, pleasant, nice aftertaste. I think, as with so many of these, I think the aftertaste is going to have to take it. This one's a cleaner. This one's cleaner. It's still got a little bit of bitterness to it. It's relatively smooth. It's fairly tasty, although a little bit light on flavour. It's got a nice aftertaste to it. This one, bit more full on flavour, but some of the flavours not quite what I like in a lager. Bitterness, a little bit harsh for me, just for my personal taste. Again, these are my opinions. Some people may disagree with me on this. I know that the beer that I think this is has quite a few people who are fans of it, so might not want to see it get knocked out this early on. But to be honest, if these are the right way around, the way around I think they are, and I'm trying not to think which is which, but it's so hard to not think which is which when you think you know. This one's doing pretty well, if this is the one I think it is, because I think this will be the third matchup that this one has done. No, it can't be the third matchup, second matchup, won't it? Can't be, none of them had 3. But this one, yeah. It's nice. It's got a nice bit of bitterness. There is some nice, kind of like wafery tastes in the middle. Getting a lovely shortbread biscuit aftertaste, which people know I love. Final gulp of that. More falling in flavour. There is more stuff there. There is more stuff going on. Now that's warmed up, I'm going to really have to stop drinking these beers cold because I'm getting the more flavours now. But that bitterness is putting me off, and it hasn't got much of an aftertaste to speak about after that bitterness, really. It's they're both very nice. It's really close. Really, really close. I am still flip-flopping a bit. I made it sound like this one's going through, but this one, what do I do? I could change everything now and sort of just say, right, I know which one's which. Let's pour some more. Or I could pour some more after I found out which one's which, and then decide which one goes through. I don't know. I really don't know. What should I do? Okay. Yeah. All right. So I don't want to be too rash about this. So what I'll do is I'm going to find out which is which, because I don't care which one wins out of these two. I'm almost 100% sure that's the Champigneulles and that's the Birra Moretti. I was going to put that one through, but this one I want to give this a bit more of a chance. So I'm just going to double check whether I'm right. We'll pour a little bit more of each, and then I'll make a decision after the thing. I've done that before, but yeah, I've done that before basically. So let's come back in a minute, and we will make a decision. And as if by magic, the beers appear in the right place. And yeah, this was the Champigneulles. Definitely want to do it this way around because, or definitely want to do this because I want to pour more. Now, in case people are wondering, why did I need to know which was which? In case, just so I could pour more. Obviously. Now, I was always 100% sure this was the Champigneulles, just in case it wasn't. I didn't want to start pouring this in here and then getting them the other way around. So I thought I'd double check which is which. But as you see, there's very little of this one left now. I mean, look at that. The Birra Moretti is quite a bit of that left. I'm going to keep going. Again, I've got no allegiances to either of these beers. So now the taste test is no longer blind. But it doesn't actually matter. Because, you know, I mean, I know this has got some fans. There's some people who think this is a really nice beer. But what I will say is this is surprisingly good. There's a few beers that have surprised me in this championship so far, and I'll give them a shout out in other videos as well. But the Birra Moretti is impressing me a bit. I mean, I've always thought it was a pretty decent beer, Birra Moretti, to be honest, but it's just pleasant. It's just nice. There's nothing wrong with it. It's I'd say it's a bit of a hallmark, just a standard lager. If you want a standard lager out there that you just want to buy, Birra Moretti, can't go wrong with Birra Moretti. Okay. Anyway, Birra Moretti I thought was good. The Red Stripe I was really impressed with, and I've had a can since. I might have to buy some more. I had a can since just because I wanted a beer, and I saw it in there, pint can, Red Stripe. Remember liking it. Let's get that open. And I had it. I really enjoyed it. It's weird. I've not had Red Stripe. I think I might have had it once in my early 20s, and it's just one of those things that you just don't think of having really. But yeah. Just thinking about it puts a smile on my face. It's just, I really enjoyed it. It's just bizarre. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to, and for some reason when I drank it again, I enjoyed it. So yeah, so the Red Stripe, I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to win, because there are other good beers out there. There was another one, I can't remember what the other one was. There was another one that was surprisingly good as well. I mean, the Heineken was surprisingly good, but that's out now. But yeah, if it comes to me, I'll say. But I just remember the Red Stripe. Thought I've got to give that a shout out, and I will give it a shout out again, probably in another video. The Red Stripe was a surprisingly good beer. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. Birra Moretti, I know is a decent beer. It's nice. It's got all the flavours in the right places. Is it going to go through? Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the beers that I've reviewed and which one it was. It'll come to me. It'll come to me in a future video. This is very flavourful, though. You know, it might actually be the Birra Moretti's day. I mean, I knew which ones was which out of these anyway, so the fact that I know which one's which now doesn't really make a bearing on anything. But sometimes with beers, when it's so close, I want to live with them for a little bit longer before I actually make my decision. Maybe before I make my decision, I will have remembered which other one I was pleasantly surprised with. To be honest, I'll do something else different. Now that we're enjoying this quality time together, I'm just going to nip. I'm not even going to cut away. I'm just going to go over there and get my my drawer and just see which beers were and see which one it was. Why not? While we're enjoying this quality time together, I might as well get up and have a little look at my my drawer here. Because I did say that I would tell you which one I was pleasantly surprised with, and I haven't actually told you yet. So, Saint-Etienne, that was a good one. Don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just, just thought, why not? It won't be any of these, will it? Because they've not come yet. Here we go. The Asda Premium against Rheinbacher. That's Asda Pilsner, actually. Some of these things I need to add. I mean, Rheinbacher, I think I've butchered the spelling of Rheinbacher for some reason, which is strange because I know how to spell it. Asda Premium, though, that's an interesting one. It's not. It's called Asda Pilsner, and that will be the next one. Looking through these, Madri, Cobra. Madri was impressive. I can't remember now which one it was. Oh, that was it. It was the San Martinez. There we go. San Martinez was very good. If you remember back to the San Martinez one, that was very, very good. I enjoyed the San Martinez. It was interesting. Anyway, so making a decision. I'm just delaying making this decision because it's so hard. Birra Moretti. It's crisp, it's clean, it's interesting, it's standard, it's decent. Champigneulles. It's brimming with flavour now. I'm going to have these. I'm not even sure whether to have these room temperature for these taste tests in future, because this wasn't giving me much apart from the bitterness. Now it's giving me a lot more flavour, I would say, for the Champigneulles. This one's a bit sweeter. It's definitely cleaner. It's a little bit more fragrant. But this one is interesting me enough to put it through to the next round. So there we go. So turn up for the books. I was going to put this one through. I knew which one was which anyway. But the Champigneulles is the one I'm going to put through, because I want to see how it does against another beer. This, I mean, like Birra Moretti, it's doing well. It will get knocked out, I imagine, at some point. I mean, I'm not sure what's going to be up against now. I mean, where are we? Let's look at the second thing here. I'll put it up on the screen for you, so that you will know. We're looking at the Asda Pilsner or the Rheinbacher. This one's less gassy as well. And that bitterness is not as unpleasant as it was before. Now that I'm getting a lot of that malty flavour and some of those other little flavours, again, which I got from the Birra Deluxe. This is almost like an amped up Birra Deluxe. Well, what I didn't mention about this is it is actually brewed in France. I wonder if it's brewed in the same place as the Birra Deluxe. The Birra Deluxe doesn't say where it's brewed. This one does. It says it's brewed. It's even got an address. And I think it's in a place called Champigneulles. Now, it'd be interesting to see whether the Birra Deluxe is brewed in the same place, or it might just be brewed in a similar way. But they do have very similar flavour profiles. So that's like an amped up Birra Deluxe, and it's really I'm really enjoying it now. It's really nice. This one is decent. This one is better than decent. But you know what? I really enjoyed drinking both of these beers. They're both really nice. Yeah, it's not got much of an aftertaste, but it's got a really interesting flavour. This one's got the aftertaste. Got a bit of flavour in there. I'm definitely going to start drinking these beers a little bit warmer, because it's going to give them a bit more chance. I might not even put them in the fridge. I don't really know what to do. If anyone's got any suggestions, put them down below. But because I'm really falling behind with releasing these videos now, it'll be a while till any suggestions actually get actioned on my end, because I don't know when this is coming out, let's face it. But I might start doing it anyway. I'm definitely going to drink them warmer. I'm not going to drink them really cold. I might put them in the fridge for about 20 minutes before I drink them, just to get them a bit cold. Or I might actually, perish the thought, drink them at room temperature, because that was definitely going to win until they got a bit warmer. And when they got a bit warmer, this one was definitely going to win. So it's, you've got to, I mean, I know you drink lagers cold, but if you want to actually appreciate the flavour of a lager, you're going to have to let it warm up a bit. So there we go. That's my idea. Champigneulles is through. It's going to be through against the Asda Pilsner or the Rheinbacher. Stay tuned for that episode. I've waffled far too long. Let's get rid of that glass. Let's get rid of this. Got to do the final bit. Until next time. Have a good one.